Hello, Bulldogs. This is Mr. Wickwar with AB Tech Tutorial number 2 on the Sneakerhead project. Now, yesterday I left you at combining all the layers. So as a kind of a review for this one, I'm going to start by doing that. Remember, you click on layer 1. Once you get your shoe all colored, which, as you could tell, mine is not. Please make sure you have everything colored in. It especially helps if you have the laces covered in, because that will help you with the magic wand. Remember, the more color you can get on this shoe, the better. It's all about practicing colors. Then we're going to come over here, we're going to click on the bottom layer, hold down Shift and click, selects all the layers, right click, and then click Merge Layers. At that point, I'm going to put my mouse on the thumbnail, drag it down to the plus sign, make a copy of the background, and turn off the original background. Now I'm ready to get rid of my background, which is going to be difficult because everything remained white. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here and click on the magic wand. Sometimes it is behind the object selection tool. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make sure my tolerance is at 0, because with all this white in here, I got to make sure that it knows I only want bright white taken away. Otherwise, it's going to take away all the rest of this kind of close to white. So I'm going to click here and notice that I got a nice sharp ant trail all the way around the shoe, not cutting anything out. At that point, I just hit delete on the keyboard and I click again to turn the tool off. And then there we go. I'm ready to do part 2 of this, which is change the size of the canvas, the checkerboard area around the shoe. I'm going to click on Image, Canvas Size, and we're going to change this to pixels. And then we're going to change this to 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080. The exact size of HD televisions or HD footage and your current screen on your computer. I click OK, and we get a great big canvas. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my move tool, click on the shoe. And if you don't have these grab bars, that's the free transform bounding box. You can go Control T and it will bring it right back. This thing being selected will also bring it there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and hold down the Shift button and I'm going to pull this sideways. This keeps it from stretching. Okay, and once I get it here, I'm going to move up to the corner and you'll see my mouse turns into 2 double mice, sort of. I'm going to twist that just a little. And then I'm going to move this shoe into shape. Again, please do not put your shoe in there looking like this. It should be nice and colorful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and then we're ready to start some text. Okay, the text I'm going to use, I'm going to click on the text tool. I'm going to type in the word, let's call this, well, I don't know, let's do toe tapping perfection. That's my catchphrase. Okay, so now you can barely see that font. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. Let's pick a font you can read. I'm going to do dark blue. And I don't like that font very much, so I'm going to go up here and pick a different one. Let's pick the this sample one here, and I'm going to increase that font size. Okay, once you get the font the size you want, let's go ahead and add some arc to it. And I'm going to choose a little rise. Let's do this rise one right here. And I'm going to bend that to about to match the shoe, which is about right there. I can move it a little bit more with my free transform tool. I'm going to, now that I look at that, that's purple, but that's going to have to work, right? Let's move this back into place. I'm going to tilt it just so it kind of fits perfectly under that shoe. And now it looks okay, but it needs some pizzazz. So I'm going to click on the layer and I'm going to add some pizzazz. What am I going to add? I'm going to add a stroke. The stroke I'm going to start with is white. Notice that it adds a little bit there already, but I'm going to add 2 strokes because I'm that awesome. And this second stroke, notice that I'm going to add a little bit of black to it to make it pop off the screen. So now I actually have 2 strokes. Okay. At this point, I'm going to click OK and I'm good to go. Okay. The next thing I would do is I need to write 3 different little features of this shoe. Okay. You could use a text tool again. And we come up here and type, and let's type, I don't know, let's say lace support. I don't know what that even means, but let's say that was one of them. Lace support. That means that your laces are super supportive to your foot. Okay, and we don't want the same font for the features, so I'm going to go up here and pick a different font for that. Let's pick, let's do this one. Okay, and I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And because I don't want it to match perfectly the exact thing as the catchphrase text, I'm going to make this one black. Okay, and then here, what you might do is you might put a, up here for lace support, we're going to put it right here. I'm going to put some text underneath that. So let's go. We're going to say something about lace support. What could that be? Oh, let's do tight against foot. I don't know. Tight against feet. Feet that jump. I don't know, whatever. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in here, backspace 1, hit enter, and we're going to make our copy text, which is the text underneath there, a different font too, and we're going to make this just Arial. And let's shrink that down a little bit. Okay, I click the move tool. You may want to even use a shape. Watch me use a pointer shape. I'm going to use the line tool. And let's just come up here and make ourselves a little line. You can change the shape of that line right up here. Let's change the width of it, height of it. There we go. And I don't like that color. Let's stick with blue. Okay, and as you can see, I kind of got that thing put together. Next thing I would do is put myself a background in there. Okay, this needs to go up a little, right? This needs to go right about here. Okay, but you kind of get the idea of how this is put together, right? Okay, let's look at one that's pretty much done. Here's my shoe. Okay, I got my sole support. I got my raise the hoop level. Check out the colorness of that shoe. I put a great background behind there, and remember to pull your background down below. See the way it's below? You don't want it way up here like this. Okay, you got to move your rectangle all the way down to the bottom. And once you're done, you export that as a JPEG. That is all there is to it. Have fun with it. Again, the goal is to experiment and use colors and strokes and arch text and different types of fonts. Okay, it's all about that. Okay, do your best. And as always, it is a great day to be